When 32 world leaders sat down at the NATO Summit in Turkey, Ankara, they weren't just discussing global politics. They were served a culinary map of Turkey. In fact, Donald Trump praised the dinner so much, he famously rated it 12 out of 10. Today we are breaking down exactly what went with that historic menu. And I'm going to show you how to recreate those dishes, including Manti. Let's take a closer look at the menu. For the entry, we have taş fırın pide with Trabzon tereyağı ve hizan karakovan balı. You can see it's a brilliant, edible map of Turkey. The chefs didn't just pick random dishes. They specifically matched the geography with technique to show world leaders the sheer diversity of Anatolian ingredients. They started with classic stone-baked pide. This classic flatbread is beautifully similar to a traditional Ramadan pide, just slightly thinner for a more elegant touch. I have left the complete recipe for you in the description as a link. Make sure to check it out. But look what they serve with it. From the Black Sea region, Trabzon, beautiful rich butter and wild karakovan honey. From the Far East, hizan. It's a classic Turkish sweet and savory breakfast combination, elevated into a fine dining greeting. Then zeytinyağlı sebze sote with yanık Denizli yoğurdu. Well, olive oil dishes are a backbone of Asian culture. They pair vibrant vegetable sauté with burnt yogurt from Denizli. It's a pure genius. The small caramelized note from the burnt yogurt completely changes the profile, adding complexity to the fresh vegetables. Kayseri Mantısı with yanık Denizli yoğurdu and ayaş domates salçası. You cannot have a Turkish gala dinner without mantı. They used the classic tiny hand-folded Kayseri style. But look how they make it modern way. They used Denizli yogurt and smoked tomato paste from ayaş. It takes the ultimate comfort food and gives it a deep wood-fired flavor profile. For the main course, they had two choices. For the fish lovers, they highlight the Asian and coastal traditions. They paired wild sea bass with tarama, ultra-tender mastic artichokes from Urla, and delicate vine leaves from Tokat. It's light, acidic, and beautifully represents our coastal heritage. The option 2 is ağır ateşte pişmiş dana kaburgası. Well, this is where the menu gets incredibly deep. Slow cooked beef rib just falls apart on top of a beautiful smoky firik bulgur pilav that is made with morel mushrooms. And combining this with beautiful Trabzon butter, it's an absolutely masterpiece in earthy, rich flavor layering. This dish actually reminded me so much of an older recipe from my archive. My classic lamb tenders served with bulgur. For a spectacular feast like this, you can easily use beef rib, lamb shank, or any of your favorite cuts. It pairs beautifully with regular bulgur, or you can go with firik if you want a deep smoky profile. What's amazing is that just last episode I shared a similar mushroom bulgur recipe, having no idea it was about to be featured on a menu for world leaders. You can easily find the links to all those archive recipes right in the description box. And the grand finale looks like they avoided heavy desserts, syrupy pastries, and opted with sütlü Nuriye, which is a lighter milk-infused baklava. Topping it with a rich pistachios from Antep City and authentic Çivi Maraş ice cream and citrusy bergamot that cuts through the sweetness and refresh the palate. Before sharing my chef's perspective on this diplomatic menu, let's make its standout intermediate course. Perfect Kayseri Mantı. I'll show you the traditional hand-folding technique used for the world leaders, plus a brilliant gadget shortcut to whip it up at home in half the time. For the mantı dough, I have 500 grams flour, 1 egg, 60 milliliters water, 1 tablespoon 15 milliliters olive oil, a teaspoon of salt. I'm gonna use most of the flour, just keep half, and to the center of it, going to crack 1 egg, adding the water 60 milliliters, tablespoon of olive oil, and teaspoon of salt. I'm gonna mix everything, knead the dough until pliable, but should be stiffer and thicker. The dough should be stiff, as you can see, not sticking. It's gonna get softer when it rests. My egg was small, so I needed to add around 100 milliliter more. The water amount can change, so either use the flour wisely after 4 cups or add more water until you have this consistency. It's gonna rest for half an hour. For the filling, I'm gonna use 250 grams of minced meat. You can use mix of lamb and beef, or beef if you prefer. 1 medium-sized onion, teaspoon of salt, and half a teaspoon of black pepper. If you're gonna chop the onion by hand, make sure it is very small, but you can also use food processor, as I'm gonna do it today. Okay, my dough is rested. My filling is ready. So far, the steps are very easy. I'm going to cut the dough into 2 sections. If you want, you can cut it into 3 and work with small dough pieces if you don't handle that much dough. I'm gonna use as much as need flour and going to roll out into around 1-2 millimeter thickness. It's gonna be thin. You can use a rolling pin, but traditionally we also use oklava. Different ones. This is wood, traditional, and nowadays these metal ones. These doesn't bend. If you can find, this also works very well. I'm gonna continue a little bit with the oklava. And it looks enough. Now I'm going to cut it into squares. Traditionally, it is always best to make it smaller. They say there has to be 40 pieces of manti should fit into 1 spoon. There are ladies making that, especially in the Kayseri, Middle Anatolian area, and it shows the care you give to your guests. But nowadays it's also okay to make it a little bit bigger because we have many things to do during the day and time is valuable too. You can measure either with your fingers, like 2 finger, 3 fingers thick to cut, and which is around like 3-4 centimeters. You can also use oklava or another like a ruler. Still, I can use it. To make a nicer cut without disturbing the dough, you can use a pizza cutter tool. Okay, next I'm going to place from the filling and then shape. Just going to place to the middle. I placed half of it. You just bring together from two sides, fold it on the sides, and then bring them to the center. Just like so. Pinch a little and here is the manti. The first batch is ready. I'm just gonna sprinkle some flour on my tray and place them here. These are ready to cook, to boil. Another option would be to place them into baking tray. Bake for 10 minutes on high just to get some color, to halfway bake. And then you can continue to boil on stovetop for a richer taste. These are the side parts. You can boil them as is. These are pasta anyway. My manti is ready. This took for about half an hour to shape. I'm gonna show you how you can make it easier using this tool. I'm gonna roll out the second batch, the dough piece again. We are also looking for to be enough thin, not too thin, not too thick either. Put my dough into side and going to sprinkle some flour so it doesn't stick, just to be sure. Dough again and then place it here. And next to the middle of the every squares, I'm gonna place from the filling now. Well, here I forgot that I was still filming on hyperlapse. I was talking and explaining here, but later I realized. Okay, till here I was filming in hyperlapse. I didn't know. So what I did was I just fold the other half and then go through with the rolling pin like so. In some parts I get hard time cutting, but when you turn it over and then take out the pieces, they come out perfectly. And it cuts like half of the time to shape compared to traditional one. Okay, tell me which one would you prefer? To shape by hand or this one? And I checked for you, you can buy it from online as well. From online as well. I'm gonna place the link for you so you can check easily. I have a little bit meat left here. Let me also shape with the leftover dough. So I'm gonna serve now a little bit from both of them after boiled to show you, but the rest is still too much for us. So what you can do is to freeze. I'm just gonna use another tray that fits into my freezer, and I have the silicone mat. You can use baking paper to prevent sticking, and I'm going to freeze. Now let's taste some. Make sure to add some salt into your water and boil the mantis for about 5-6 minutes or they come out to up which means they are done. Meanwhile, I prepared the tomato paste sauce. I just melted some butter and olive oil and added the tomato paste. It is not from Ayash but a regular one. And also minced some garlic. You can add the raw garlic into the yogurt, but we prefer to cook and use, and so I'm gonna serve it like that. And to dilute the sauce, just add from the Manti water couple of tablespoons until it becomes a beautiful sauce. I just whisk the yogurt a little bit with some salt and add on top of the hot mantis and then the tomato paste sauce. Just finally sprinkle some pul biber and dried mint. Delicious. A little bit from this one to give my opinion. This is really good too. Just a little bit thicker than compared to the one I made by hand. So it was served as a hot entree during the NATO Summit. Traditionally, we have it as a main dish. Whole meal, it has everything, the protein. It's so delicious by itself. Well, as a chef, what I love most about the menu, this is a realizing at its core that this high-level diplomatic menu is built same comfort foods we love and cook every single day. When you feed 32 world leaders at a same table, you aren't just feeding them. You are telling them a story of your land, your history, your people. And I think the chefs did a spectacular job creating this story, saying that Turkish cuisine is more than just kebabs and baklava. It's a deeply nuanced, sustainable, and hyper-regional culinary art form. And you don't need a Michelin star kitchen or a presidential palace to experience these incredible flavors. By understanding how the layers build up, you can elevate your everyday home to a global stage. I have left all the links to create this beautiful menu from my archive, like the bulgur pilau, meat tandoor, to recreate your own summit level menu at home. Don't forget to follow if you haven't yet. Leave a comment. Stay tuned for more. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Afiyet olsun.